About 2 hours south of Cancun, the ferry crosses to Cozumel, one of the best diving destinations in the world. I have read that in several magazines and websites, but it only hit me when I started gliding among its spectacular coral formations. Cozumel's amazing underwater world was first experienced by Jacques-Yves Cousteau in the 60s. Since then, divers have flocked to the area to see all the wondrous sights to be experienced here. The reefs vary from very shallow to extremely deep, but with the amazingly clear water here, it is possible to see all the corals and sea life even from the surface. Los Jardines in Cancun is a spectacular reef platform, so rich and so large that it explains its name, the Reef Gardens. The coral formations are not as big as the ones in Cozumel, but the marine life is more abundant. With the best diving sites located around Isla Mujeres off Cancun, Cozumel, and Tulum. You can expect a great variety of marine life, even though during the 2 days we went diving, we didn't get to watch the regular visitors such as rays, turtles, and barracudas. We still got to enjoy many species: parrotfish, trumpetfish, butterfly fish, spiny lobsters, and grunts. In some of those man-made little underwater houses, we got to see a spotted moray eel in the same hole as a big crab. Cancun's reef sites are home to hundreds of different species of sea life. Diving here is not a little thing. These dive sites are part of the second largest reef system in the world after the one in Australia. The reef here stretches from the northern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula down through Cozumel and into Belize. Almost all the dives here are drift diving, so you go with the flow by allowing yourself to float above the reefs using the current to push you along. It is lazy diving at its best. Once you get the hang of it, you will be seriously hooked, unless you try to stop to take a nice photo of small marine creatures. Groupers swam back deeper in their holes when the current was literally flying us towards them. Some small ones were more curious and kept watching us. Around Cancun, those fantastic Caribbean waters and friendly islanders, there are a couple of awesome reef sites. The winds and storm from the days before made the visibility a bit low and the current a bit too strong, but there is so much to see down here. We had the chance to see decent-sized lionfish in a couple of sites around Punta Cancun. We saw tens of angelfish in small groups feeding around the reef. Those guys are wonderful to watch. Snappers were present in most of our dive sites. Under most big coral formation, 10 of snappers hide in the dark. The species we saw were just the tip of this area's marine life iceberg. There is much more to see underwater than what one can see from the land. MUSA is the Cancun Museum. You can't go to Cancun and not dive to check out this man-made museum. I am a Walking Dead fan. That made it more exciting. This majestic underwater museum has 400 statues which have slowly been transforming into coral reefs, a home for hundreds of fish and other underwater species. This was the first dive I have taken my underwater camera and gear with me for real-life testing. It is a learning experience, but I got to make so many mistakes during this dive that'll only make my next dive better. The diving experience here was unforgettable. I can't wait coming back under, better equipped for a better underwater video.